Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of products from Heimish. These have all been sent to me for review by Stylekorean, which is very exciting, and I will be hosting a giveaway for you guys at the end of the video as well. So there are quite a few products to get through, so I'm just going to be talking about them today. And then what is my hair doing? I will be showing you how to use some of them in a couple of other videos, and one of them will have its own dedicated video because it is like a full-on eyeshadow palette. So the first one I wanted to talk about was the cleanser. This is the Heimish Anti-Dust Cleansing Pack. This one is a little confused on how to use it because it's like a very interesting gel-like texture, but what happens is if you put it onto your dry clean face, it will foam up into bubbles. The way that I use it, because that takes about a minute and you have to have a dry face, is I kind of just use it in the shower like you would a normal foaming cleanser. Just put some in my palm and rub my hands together and it'll make the bubbles automatically. So if you want to use it specifically how it's supposed to be used, you would just put the gel onto your face and wait for it to bubble up a little bit. However, I am very impatient and I'm glad to say that it works equally as well if you just use a bit of water and some actual like hand rubbing. I particularly like this cleansing pack because it's just a cleanser, but it's a very gentle cleanser. I'm not 100% sure about the pH of this one because it doesn't appear to be advertised really, but it doesn't feel very high pH. It's very gentle, it's very calming, and it cleanses my skin well. So I have definitely been loving this. It's the new addition to my shower at the moment. Technically before the cleansing pack, I keep forgetting about this one, is the Heimish All Clean Balm. This is like a cult favorite. I have an entire review on this one separate to this, and this is just like a very small container. It's really cute. There's like a little lid like this. I find that mine is leaking a little bit. I don't know how that started leaking because I haven't used it at the moment. Just because I've used it in the past, I didn't really need to spend time reviewing it or anything like that. The only thing with this one is it's got like a different kind of lid. It's got a little flip top, but it doesn't really close properly. So that's a shame. But otherwise, my opinion on this, I'm sure, hasn't changed. It's really annoying that it doesn't close though. Otherwise the packaging would be so cool. But I was kind of saving this one for travel because it is a much smaller size, which I definitely prefer. This is a 50ml jar. Back on track. The next product is a black tea mask pack. I was fully expecting this to be black because it says black tea, but it is like clear. So it's a really thick moisturizing pack, which I really love because again, when I hear black tea, I immediately think black colored products that are going to be very stripping for the skin, or like a drying like clay mask and things like that. But this is actually a really cool moisturizing mask. It does come with its own little spatula, which again keeps things nice and hygienic, and it does have quite a strong smell. Don't know what it is, but it does smell quite nice to me. I enjoy a scented product. It's kind of like, I don't know, not herby, but kind of like a musky floral in a way. But I really enjoy this. So you put it on your skin, you leave it for 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't feel like very much because it's like a very thick silicone-y sort of feeling on the skin, the texture, and then you can just wash it off. So I just wipe it off and then leave a little bit of this residue on my skin overnight, and I find that makes my skin super soft in the morning. It's not one that I use all the time. Obviously it is a mask. It's not like an overnight mask or anything like that, but that is how I particularly use it and have been enjoying using it. Then we have this one, which I really want to like. This is the Vulgarian Rose Satin Cream. This is such an interesting sort of whipped texture cream, which I really enjoy. I think it is very fun to use, but I think in terms of skincare, it's more of a cosmetic skincare than it actually is doing much to your skin. So what I would say for this one is if you have quite uneven skin and you want it to appear a little bit smoother just by using a cream, I would really recommend this to you because it does give the appearance of smooth skin, because it's kind of got like, it feels like it's got silicone in it. Let me find the thing for this. Okay, if I find the ingredients later, I'll put it in here. Otherwise, I'm going to be here all day trying to look for them. It's very frustrating. So this one I'm kind of on the fence with at the moment. My skin is textured, but I find that when I wear this, it does make my skin look really nice. However, it will get quite oily throughout the day because it is kind of just sitting on top of the skin, and my skin doesn't seem to really like that. So for a very short amount of time, I think that it is quite nice. And I love the packaging. I think it's so beautiful, so luxe. I think that the actual cream itself feels really beautiful. It feels quite silicone-y, but it has that kind of whipped texture that's just so pleasing to touch. but I find that it kind of, if I use too much, which I'm prone to doing because it's so soft when I go to scoop it out, I have the tendency to over apply, and that means that it starts to pill up on the skin because it's not really absorbing into the skin, it is just sitting on top, which seems to be the purpose of the product because that's kind of what it's advertising. It's going to smooth out your wrinkles, but it's not doing it in a way that it is just skincare smoothing out wrinkles. It is something that is just sitting on top and not absorbing, and it's like a primer in a way. That's the easiest way to describe it. Really pretty primer-like cream. So I'm on the fence with this one, and I want to keep trying it out because obviously with a sponsored review, I'm not getting paid to talk about these, but I did get a bunch of stuff for free. So for the purpose of telling you guys about it. So I want to try it out for a little bit longer to make my proper decision on that one. And then the last skincare item is an eye cream. This is the Marine Care eye cream, and it came with this tiny little spatula thing with like a metal tip. So this one is supposed to, you know, you can apply this cream, rubbing it in like this, cooling your eyes down, and it's a 50-50 for me. I don't like this eye cream. I don't think that it does a huge amount for the skin underneath my eyes. It kind of requires like a lot of intense moisture, and I think that my skin, particularly around my eyes, works better with like an oil based or very slidey sort of eye cream. That's what I find works best for me. This one is a really thick cream. It feels very stiff, very hard, and I find that it'll absorb really easily into my skin if I rub it between my fingers and pat on, and the heat of my fingers is going to help melt the cream in. However, when you use a cold thing to help massage it in, it just balls up. It doesn't actually go into the skin, it's not doing anything, it just sits on top, and then the more that you rub it, the more it pills and balls up. So this one is definitely not a favourite for me, unfortunately. And then I also got sent 4 makeup things over, which is really, really cool. So the first one is a compact, that's not the word I'm looking for. It's a translucent pressed powder, which I think is really nice as well. Where is the thing for that? It's just called a velvet powder pack. And I really enjoy using this. I think it works really well for my skin. I prefer a loose powder over a pressed powder, but it just looks like this. It's nice and white, and it comes with a puff that I'll never use. It is very scented. It's very heavily baby powder with a little bit of floral as well. I am wearing it on my skin at the moment, and yes, it does keep my skin nice and matte throughout the day, but because it's a pressed powder, I have a tendency to over apply it, which is definitely user error. I'm just so used to using a loose powder. I haven't used pressed powders for such a long time, or like I have used them but I haven't kept using them, so it hasn't been consistent. So I definitely enjoy this, however it's not going to become part of my regular routine, but if you're looking for a nice pressed powder, I really do like this one as well. Then we have 2 eyeshadow palettes. So the big one here is called a Dalism. I don't know how to say that. This is the Lism Eye Palette, and I'm pretty sure mine is Coral Essay. I don't know that for sure because it's not written on the packaging in English, so not 100% sure, but it is such a beautiful palette. It's like a whole thing, so I thought I would do a separate review on this one next week because I have been trying it out a fair amount and I think it's really interesting. I'm going to leave you with that thought. And then I also got sent out one of these little ones. So this is a tapping eyeshadow. A tapping shadow, and mine is in the shade Brick Rose. Pretty certain it's Brick Rose. And so it looks like this. It's got this little brush that I obviously have never used, it's in packaging. It's got a flat shader side and then a round tip shader side, which I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use to apply the shadows. I 100% do not, I just leave it in there. But the shadows are really beautiful, so I'll show you some swatches here of the 3 shadows and then a little clip of what my eyes look like when I did use this palette. And then last but certainly not least, I got sent a mascara, and this one is the, again I cannot pronounce it, Dalism Smudge Stop Mascara, and I did not have high hopes for this whatsoever. I was kind of just like, yeah, they all say that they don't smudge, but this one actually doesn't smudge and I am so surprised by that. I need to do, I think I'm going to do it tomorrow because I have a big day tomorrow. One eye with one mascara that I know smudges on me all the time, and then this eye with the other mascara, just to show you guys throughout the day how different it is. I think that this one, its specialty is that it doesn't smudge, and it's not disgustingly difficult to take off afterwards. So there are lots of mascaras that I've tried that don't smudge, but it's such an effort to take them off at the end of the day that it's just kind of in a way not worth it. I'd rather just kind of wipe a little bit of the under eye area throughout the day and get on with my life and have a nicer time taking it off. Otherwise I find that I'm scrubbing my eye area, and it's such a delicate place for, you know, the skin. I don't want to be doing that on, you know, a regular basis. So I particularly liked this because it was easy to get off, but it didn't smudge. The downside is that I have a lot of eyelashes already, but if you don't, I do not think that it really lengthens. It doesn't really volumize that much. Yes, it makes your lashes look black. They're a little bit longer, they're a little bit fluffier, but I think that because I already have a fair amount of eyelashes, this fringe is frustrating, I don't mind so much because it is making what I have look good. But if you don't have that much eyelashes, like if you've got shorter lashes, very sparse lashes, I don't think that this is going to be the best product for that exact reason. However, I love it. So at the moment I have got the Dahlia Zim mascara on this eye, and then the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara on this eye. Actually, I think in comparison they both look pretty similar. I think maybe the Too Faced Better Than Sex gives a little bit more volume, but that's about it. So I'll take some photos throughout the day and show you how the longevity holds up. So that is it for this video. I definitely think that some of these products are going to be showing up in some favorites soon. I might do another skincare video in a few months because I just keep getting sent so much skincare, it's getting insane. I literally just did a skincare video, so I wanted to talk about them rather than show them, because especially in skincare videos it just doesn't look, every time I edit them back I'm like, why do I even bother? Because you can't see anything, like you can't see me putting stuff on. It doesn't really, you know, you can't really see it. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Maybe if you guys want, because it has like the cleansing pack and the makeup remover, I can do like a get unready with me, like a specific nighttime one where I actually take makeup off, because I don't normally do that in videos. But you'll definitely see some of the makeup products used in my get ready with me for April, and I will be doing a separate video on the eyeshadow palette. So then we have the giveaway, which is sponsored by Stylekorean, who has obviously sent me all of these products, which I'm so grateful for. So many products to try out, so much fun, so little time. So I believe there are going to be multiple giveaway winners of this giveaway, and you guys will each be receiving a kit containing 4 products. One of them I didn't receive. I think I was supposed to, but I didn't, which is the Vulgarian Rose Mist Serum. We'll be giving away the Black Tea Mask Pack, the All Clean Balm, as well as the mascara. So I don't know about the serum, but the other 3 I really liked, so I'm pretty happy with the products that we're giving away. To be eligible for the giveaway, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure what's happening. I can be sure that I don't know what's happening. So what I do know is that you need to be living in a place where Stylekorean actually ships to. So make sure that you can go to the website, put something in your cart, and make sure that it does ship to your country at the moment. If it does, leave a comment down below and we'll be picking some winners from the comments, and that's about all I can say. So check the description box for more details. I don't think that there's any more details than that. You don't have to say anything specific, just tell me you want to enter the giveaway. And that's about it. So of course a huge thank you to Stylekorean for sending these out for review. That was a ridiculous amount of products, and I hope to include them in some more videos as well for you guys so that you can hear a little bit more about them. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.